Some facts are so disturbing that once you hear them, they never leave your mind. From eerie coincidences to chilling truths, here are 5 disturbing facts that will haunt your mind forever. 5. The miracle that led to a mass bird culling. Everyone remembers the miracle on the Hudson in 2009 when Captain Chesley Sullenberger safely landed a plane on the river after a bird strike. What fewer people know is that this life-saving event triggered the deaths of tens of thousands of birds. In the immediate aftermath, efforts to prevent future bird strikes led to the culling of 1,235 Canada geese and the destruction of 1,739 eggs. By 2017, over 70,000 birds had been killed. While the policy may have prevented some air disasters, critics argue it was a knee-jerk response that caused massive harm to wildlife. Ironically, many of the geese culled were migratory and not present during peak bird strike seasons, making the effort tragically ineffective. 4. The attack on Pearl Harbor turned Hawaii into a military dictatorship. Hours after the attack on Pearl Harbor, Hawaii's governor, Joseph Poindexter, placed the islands under martial law. Unlike the U.S. mainland, where Japanese Americans were incarcerated, Hawaii had too many Japanese American residents to imprison, so military rule was imposed on everyone. Hawaii citizens had curfews, built bomb shelters, and strung barbed wire across the islands. Food was rationed, alcohol was banned, and hotels were taken over by the military. Every resident over the age of 6 was fingerprinted, mail-in news were censored, and civilian courts requiring juries or witnesses were suspended. Hawaii operated as a military dictatorship for 4 years, a stark contrast to the freedoms it now represents as a U.S. state. 3. Google Street View cars spied on us. If Google was caught hiding this in 2010, what might they be hiding today? Back then, it was revealed that Street View cars weren't just taking pictures. They were also collecting data from unsecured Wi-Fi networks. Emails, passwords, and other sensitive information were quietly scooped up as the cars drove by. Google claimed it was a mistake, blaming rogue code in their software. But how does something like that slip through the cracks? The scandal, nicknamed Wi-Spy, led to outrage, lawsuits, and investigations worldwide. Google swore they deleted the data, but it leaves us wondering, in a world where tech companies track nearly everything we do, how much of our lives is truly private anymore? 2. The decades-long fight against lead poisoning. Claire Cameron Patterson wasn't just a man who calculated the Earth's age. He uncovered one of the greatest health crises in modern history, lead poisoning. His research showed that lead levels in modern Americans were up to 1,200 times higher than in ancient skeletons. Thanks to tetraethyl in gasoline, Patterson fought to expose the truth for decades, but industry-backed scientists convinced everyone he was a charlatan. In fact, Robert Kehoe, Tell's biggest advocate, had the backing of Ethel Corporation, DuPont, and General Motors, even convincing the Surgeon General it was safe. Meanwhile, the gasoline industry blacklisted Patterson, costing him his career and credibility, while the 30-year delay in banning Tell needlessly claimed countless lives. 1. Japan's suicide forest is completely silent. Did you know Aokigahara, Japan's infamous suicide forest, is the second most common place for suicides in the world after the Golden Gate Bridge? That alone is horrifying, but what's even scarier is what happens once you step inside. Some say it's haunted by the restless spirits of those who died there. Others believe a bird demon called Tengu prowls the area. But the most unsettling thing about Aokigahara isn't the myths, it's the silence. The trees, dense foliage, and even the lava floor absorb every sound. People have screamed into the forest and heard nothing come back. It's not just quiet. It's an oppressive, unnatural stillness that makes the despair here feel even heavier. Reality is often stranger and scarier than fiction. These haunting facts prove just that. Which one disturbed you the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.